So the first thing you do is open up your class in BlackBoard. Then we are going to go to the full grade center. Once there, we're going to create a new column. We need to do this because we have to add in the student ID numbers. So I'm going to just name it something like eSchool ID. And we're going to give the grade center column name, and we'll call that ID. You can make them the same. They don't have to be different. We're going to make the primary display text. Leave the secondary display none. Add in a 0-point calculation. There is no specific grading period. We're going to leave it apply to everything. We're going to change the settings so the students can't see it. And before we hit submit, we're going to change the due date so that way it shows up first in the listing of columns in the grade center. So August 31st should make it first. So let me scroll through here and find this. I think I have it out of order, so I'm going to switch that by due date. And we'll do ascending or descending. We'll find this. I think I have a couple assignments in there before August 31st. So let me scroll over. There we are. There's our ID. Now what we're going to do is just type in the student ID numbers that we can find in eSchool. Now I have my AP Computer Science class here, and I have multiple sections of the same class in eSchool, and I have one class inside of BlackBoard. So the advantage of this method is by putting in the ID numbers, I don't have to sort students. I can just import the assignment from the same file no matter what eSchool class I'm in. As long as that student's ID number is listed, it will find that student and add their grades when I import them to the particular assignment. So now we can see that I have entered in all of the different grades, switching back and forth between different classes to find their numbers. So now we're going to go back to the full grade center, and we're going to download a copy, a spreadsheet of everything that's in the grade center. So we're really not going to change any of the settings other than switching it to comma delineated, so we get our CSV file. So it's the only thing you have to switch. Hit submit, then you'll get a download button. You're going to download the Excel spreadsheet. It's actually a CSV file. It's not really an Excel spreadsheet, but it does open up in Excel. So save it someplace that you know where you're going to find it. Giving it a good name, rather than just the long, complicated name that it gets. I usually choose some type of thing like the date that it was created. Right now, we'll just save it. So now once you open up the file, you can see you have all your students on the far left, and then we have our ID numbers. Now we have to reformat the ID numbers because Excel in its infinite wisdom takes out all the leading zeros. We need those leading zeros. So we're going to go into Format Cells. And we're going to click on General, and we're going to go down to Custom And you see the first one there is general. We're going to change that to 6 zeros. And that'll format our ID numbers properly to be read by eSchool. One other thing we're going to do is we're going to list along the bottom a series of numbers, which you can either list by hand, or once you get a couple going, you can highlight and drag them all the way across. This is going to allow us to write down the columns that we have for eSchool in order to import the grades. So column 78 is where the IDs are stored. And then when we're ready to assign an assignment to that, we can just put in the right column number. So you'll have to have the spreadsheet open. So the next thing we're going to do is save this. We're going to make sure we save it as the comma delineated file. So choose a location. Choose the CSV file format. Type in a name to save it. And we're going to save our file so that way we have in a good spot that we can then import in eSchool to get our grades. Click yes to allow it to save the formatting. So now we're going to go to eSchool. First, we'll find the assignment that we want to upload. Make sure you pay attention to the number at the bottom. And we're going to create a new assignment here. I'm just going to paste the title from Excel. Delete some of the extra information. Put in my points. Assign my due dates. And hit submit. Now we have the assignment. We're going to import the grades from the Excel spreadsheet into the assignment at eSchool. So I'm going to click this little button here, which is a mass import. I'm going to choose the option at the bottom to get it from a file. I'm going to browse and find my Excel spreadsheet. Click open, click on CSV, find the two columns I'm interested in. The first one is the ID, which is 78. The next one is the grade for the assignment I'm interested in, which is 63, or 68, excuse me. I'm going to check that it has a header, and if I have grades in there, I can overwrite them. If this is like an update of grades, I hit submit. It lets me know there's one problem, and that's because BlackBoard had recorded that some assignment was in progress rather than putting a number in there, and that's easy enough just to change to a 0 or change to a exempt grade in eSchool. Once that's done, it should save for us automatically in eSchool. There we go.